If you've got a particularly tight, sore muscle when you do this, which is, possible on a lot of people really, just back off the pressure a little bit. Give it a chance to get accustomed to it, and you'll help desensitize it a little bit. With this inside leg technique, when you're working with a small child, again, use a flat hand, just try and change the line of pressure. You're sort of working with the heel of your hand, so just try and change that line of pressure each time and vary it a bit. I wouldn't recommend you take a patient into pain with this sort of massage. Just keep it light enough that they're comfortable with everything you do. It's just more about being thorough and fatiguing the muscles, taking away the tension and tightness. Now, just like with the back, you can go back and forth to both sides. Doing both sides, you can do them 4 times, 5 times, 6 times if their legs are particularly tight and they're really important to them. Somebody that feels very heavy in the legs, maybe has a job where they're on their feet all the time and their legs are aching, or that sort of feeling of trying to sleep and getting a restless legs, that sort of thing. Spending more time on the legs is fine. Go from side to side like that. Keep varying your pressure, keep varying your lines, and then when you've done that, wipe them down. And we'll show you how to do some work on the stomach and the upper arms and chest. Now just move the towel down like so. If you're working with a female, you can get a small towel and place it across the chest and just slide the other towel down underneath that. Liberally place the oil on the stomach, just working clockwise to start with. This has great benefits for people that not only have some pain or constipation or problems generally in the stomach, but it's a great way to de-stress a person to actually give them a stomach massage. It really makes the person feel calm. I'm going to put a little bit of oil up here as well, because I want to show you how you can work the arms and shoulders from the front, just in case you've got a big person and it's awkward to do them properly when they're lying face down. So you need to have that happening as well. And also somebody that's particularly sore or stiff in that area, you might want to give some extra work through the chest and the arms. You can still do this with females because you've got your towel covering them across here, and you can just work above the towel and down through the arms. Okay, so start off just doing circular motions with your hand. You keep one hand flat on the body at all times, and you lift the other hand and just work with it. It takes a little bit of practice to get the hang of it. But just keep one hand flat doing circular clockwise actions and put one hand up over it. Again, it's all about trying to be thorough and just trying to keep as much of your hand in contact with the body at any one time. After you've done about 12 clockwise, just reverse it and do 12 anti-clockwise. And you can repeat that same circular motion 2 or 3 times, but just always finish up with the clockwise movement. The way the colon works is it comes up, across and down. So you want to make sure that you're moving the way the colon moves when to finish off the treatment. It's okay to go in the opposite direction during the massage because it does help move things in there. It just helps clear the whole thing a lot better. But just make sure that you finish with the clockwise movements. When you're doing the small stomachs, it gets a little bit fiddly, so you've got to be, if you've got big hands like I have, it gets a bit complicated getting your hands around, but you're still trying to do the 12 circles clockwise and then 12 anti-clockwise, finishing up with the 12 clockwise. When you're doing the stomach with a small child, using probably the ends or the fingers rather than the heels of your hand is the best way to go. If you do the circles, the 12 anti-clockwise, 12 clockwise mixture, maybe 3 times, 4 times, that sort of thing, that's enough. Even though the child's muscles might not feel like they've all loosened up as you do them, you'll find that the next day they'll be a lot looser. And you could create a bit of muscle fatigue as well, so it's probably not a good idea to do a 30-40 minute massage the day before they're going to play sport or be very active. The tighter they feel in there, the more sensitive it is, the more they probably need this work. You know, a healthy stomach is a nice, soft, painless stomach. Don't mistake a tight stomach though with the stronger stomach muscles. Someone that exercises, they can have strong stomach muscles which can form a bit of a barrier to what you're doing, but that usually breaks down slowly as you work as well, and the muscles get a bit fatigued and they get more comfortable with what you're doing, because this can be a little bit disconcerting with some people. So be patient. Might take you, doing it 3 or 4 times over a few weeks before the stomach can really relax and you can get in and do some good work and feel it, the tension all falling out. As I say, go around the body, around the stomach a few times like that. Okay. You can always come back to it too, so you can do a little bit there. You might want to go do some work on the legs, or you might want to come up and do some work on the shoulders. But just to do the shoulders and upper arms, just let the body hold the arm out like so. It's not too weighty because most of the weight is resting on the table. And just with your free hand, lean your body weight down there through the anterior deltoid, which is the front deltoid muscle, the biceps down here. You can do a bit of squeezing with your finger and thumb, working either side. And you can sort of do some little circles working through there as well. Okay. And you can do some work up, so you can put the arm on the table and you can just use the arch or the area between your thumb and finger there, and just use that as the point of contact for your massage up the forearm. And that way you're not applying too much intense pressure on one line, but you've still got some good firm pressure right across the muscles there. Okay, once you've done that, place the arm up on the table so it can relax. Move to the other side and you can just repeat that again. Even if, if someone's had a shoulder reconstruction like Daniel has here, you can help the healing a lot by doing this after the scar's healed and the arm feels a bit stronger and more comfortable. It's always a good idea to try and be a bit ambidextrous with this massage, like just as good with your right and your left hands, so that you don't make your body unbalanced by always using the same side. And although it can feel a little bit strange at first, if you're not used to using, say, your left hand, it's worth persevering so that you can get strength in that side as well. Especially if you're going to do a few massages and if you're going to do it for a while, it will create imbalances if you just use one side of your body all the time. Okay, and then you can come back from this side and do a little bit more of the stomach. It's just the mirror image of where you were before, and it'll just pick up any bits that you didn't do as well. And notice it's the other hand that's in contact with the stomach the whole time when you're from this side. So once you've done that, you might want to work on the arms and shoulders a little bit more. Wait until you feel things have softened up a bit, going to it back and forth a few times. But pretty well that's it. That's about a 1 hour session. You try and time it. For a child, make it 45 minutes, 40 minutes for the whole thing. You've given a person a thorough massage. You've covered every area that's important. And at the end of it, wipe them down, let them get dressed, and they should feel wonderful. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you get out there and do lots of massages and you find lots of willing volunteers, friends and family that want to jump on the table and let you work on them. Good luck.